away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get from a little. I know you're terrified about what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave to lust, heart building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out, like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Keep up with your friends, stay. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We've got a matchup where time of possession will be a focus. The Cowboys are top 10 in rushing yards, going up against the Eagles' front seven that will need to be up to the test. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup. We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles
Just a bunch of poor boys, daddies, girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty South, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. It's the kind of thing, you know we're straight out of that dirty South, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Woo! You know we're straight out of that dirty South, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one team who wants to ground and pound. The Cowboys are top 10 in rushing yards, going up against the Eagles' front seven that will need to be up to the test. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Well, there was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Out of the gun now on third down. Looking deep downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now back to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now a handoff here to his running back. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 2nd and goal to go now. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a... As he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 27 yards that time. And the Eagles are going to have a first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there. It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find the crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down. Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
They'll drop to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. And the ref goes under the hood, puts the headset on for the often dreaded did the ball cross the plane review.
So difficult because all it takes is a portion of the ball crossing the plane for it to count, but you've got to get the right angle, and right now the official is hoping to get a lot of help from the guys in New York.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth and goal.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really...
And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the score that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Shift together here from the D-line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 21. And that leads to a Dallas first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. We broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first. Down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They come out out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. So we've got a 2nd and 5. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Oh, 4th and short, right at midfield. This is where you tell your offense, I've got faith in you guys to get me a few yards. And sure enough, they repay that faith and keep the drive moving with a 1st down.
All right, here we go.
And now here's a carry heading left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. They'll come out in the pistol. And they just did not get the snap away in time. So a costly penalty marker, and it's now 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And quickly, they get to the line. And they'll go on the ground. 1 yard and now no yards. Have them looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Ooh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1, couldn't get the ball. Almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
No, Jack, Patriots!
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And to give this time to the tailback. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. So now it's 1st and goal. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 3rd and goal from the 5. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his stat. When we get back.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
All right, here we go.
They'll drop the throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
4 down. Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over. While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Got three down. Let's go.
They're going to try and throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. To try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead. Here to start quarter number 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
3 down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And they're going to speed things up here. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
Here we go now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4 down. Check.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the ball is knocked out, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out. This is intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together And just to take into next week.
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.